I may have overdone it. Oh, there you go. Okay, I think that makes sense. All right. Okay, well I have no idea who's going to be tuning in, so we might as well just get into it anyway. It's been well over a month, I think. So, Quadus Zeno, day 53, let's go. Last I remember, we're with the Praetorian Guard. Well, that is not very safe for streaming. Okay. So what am I supposed to be doing? I can't even check my quest log. Be good to have that reset. Oh, okay. The quest has been successfully completed. Okay, well that's not gonna happen for a while. Be part of the Roman Empire, either as noble governor or tribune. Report is 44 days old. Have a renown of at least 200. That was my renown. 148. At just 19 years old. That ain't bad. Whoops. I think I could have gotten the rank. But I made the mistake of joining the Praetorian Guard instead. You enlisted service in Prefectus Praetorio's party. Special quest, serve an empire. Okay. I'm not really sure what else is supposed to happen from here. I'm supposed to achieve a certain rank, but then there was also some stories to complete. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm not gonna participate in every battle. You can actually have client states in this mod, which is pretty cool. Don't really know what to expect here. Is something supposed to happen at all? I have no idea. Dominus, we haven't seen battle for too long. I'm dying of boredom. I did not expect that. Well, you are quite a specimen, Quadus Zeno. Most soldiers are happy to get paid without risking their heads, and here you are, whining because you haven't had a barbarian axe thrown at you for too long. Fine. Go ahead and request a resignation. Talk to a legate in the war zone to join them. You'll keep your rank, and get your precious action. So just like that, I'm free? Hey, good morning, Teleme. How are you? Oh, he took back the equipment. That sucks. At least I have a horse. How do I know when I have the rank? Goal, have 200,000 denarii, own 5. I'm good, how are you doing? I'm okay. I've been struggling with a cold for weeks now, and I still can't seem to get rid of it. I think my workplace is just too cold. It's perpetual, you know? As a first part, you need to establish yourself among your Roman nobility. So it's these two here. Become a rich landowner. That's gonna take a minute. Unless I cheat, but I really rather not do that. I'd like to complete this quest. Serve in the Legion. You need to establish yourself among the Roman nobility. One option is to join the Roman army and rise to the ranks to become finally part of Roman nobility. Have the rank of Tribunus Militaris. Okay, so I just ended up leaving. There's actually a quest line where you marry a widow and get at least half of that money. Well, that's pretty cool. It's a good thing I have people backseat helping me with the game. Because a lot of times I'd be clueless. But let me see here. Who are we at war with anyway? Foreign relations. Is at war with Dumnumnes. Where are they? Oh, it's this faction here. So as long as I join the faction in Londinium, I should be getting some action. Unfortunately, I'm not aware of the details, which I said from others. I'm not too familiar with the mod. Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. At least you heard it. I haven't. But yeah, let me go join the Legion at the front. I know for a fact that the quest is there and it's pretty easy. You marry her last second and inherit her wealth. Oh, that's cool. Adultery discovered. Oh no. Is that it? Nah. Because the person you're talking about is a widow. There's 124 of them. Ah, shoot. Charge, gentlemen, charge. I have a sword, okay. I don't know how well that will go. Do they have cavalry? Okay, we need to talk about, like, the size. I think I'm gonna have to drop it down drastically. Because the maps are so huge. That makes no sense. Is there, like, an option to reduce the map of the size... the size of the map? Because that makes no sense. Like, we always start so far away from each other. That was one of the main problems. You get into a battle, it takes forever for the army to get in front of each other. Well, it was set to 800, so that's my bad. Don't tell me they're like fighting in formation or some shit. It appears that I am late only by a few minutes, shortcut, but welcome. How are you this fine Friday? Probably gonna get swarmed with javelins. Okay, well, I guess we'll just suffer through this. Supposedly there's 120 of them in there. That doesn't seem like that many. It would be really funny if I managed to beat them, but obviously that's not gonna happen. Yeah, with this type of trust, like I'm never gonna get a proper hit. I highly doubt it. Oh well. That's one. That's two. Okay, you guys ready to suffer through this nonsense? That should be like a lethal stab at least. Come on. Dude, he had no armor on whatsoever. The train was not 2 days late. The train was not late 2 days in a row. Also, it's rare. Breaking records. Yeah, it can handle some nonsense. That spiritual hurt more than my stab in an exposed chest. Horse received 123 damage. He's about to bleed out. Are you kidding me? Oh, that is so stupid. What? Oh well. That's what happens when you leave the Praetorian Guard. But I'm supposed to be a sacrifice for Wooden. What are they gonna do to me now? Oh, there's a Boudinus. Is that a bandit lair? I don't even know. Okay, did I lose any items? No. Okay. Guess we'll live with that. Where's the ferry now? There it is. Oh, I see what you're doing, Teleme. I'm so sorry. I'm tired. You always catch me by surprise with your incredible puns. Nope. Thank you. Yeah, well, that's who I was with before. Legion Victrix, they are absolutely, Welcome back. I am always happy when veterans rejoin. They have experience, not like the level we usually get. Okay, well there you go. New quest taken. Special quest. Service and Empire. Okay. Okay, so I'm back. I got my proper armor. Only marginally better than what I usually get. Okay. Well, we're at war with the guys in brown, so... I had my shield up. Did you guys see that? I had my shield up. Wow. That was insane. Bro, what are these guys? Come on, let's go fight them. There's gotta be a lord. There's gotta be a siege. Something. It's only like one town. Well, anyway, how are you doing, Shortcut? Due to the unstable situation in Judea, the governor, Propraetor Flavius Sabinus, Minor of Hierosolima, has asked the high priest to support him. Some accepted the offer and started to support the foreign rule in their sermons. There are Judeans who are upset with this and call the high priest traitors. However, there are also others who may reconsider to join rebel groups. Hopefully this will stabilize the region. Oh, I'm sure. Ugh. We have another parade for some reason. Sure, man. Okay. I have no idea how to say that. I'm so sorry. Taihanibnalta. Hey, bro. Welcome to the stream. Just LARPing as the Roman Empire. How are you? I will say, guys, this is actually the first time that I actually see the live chat in my live room in YouTube. I think for like the past 6 months, the window never worked. I had to either see the chat in OBS or look at it on my phone as a regular viewer. You could say you guys are roaming right now. Ooh. Tell me, how do you pull all of these? Like, seriously. Is that like just a natural gift, or do you have like ChatGPT on the side asking you for puns? Like, I'm impressed. Homem Paysandu, first time playing the mod? No, I had like 2 live streams earlier this year in January. I was supposed to continue every week, as I've done with many other mods before, but I got sick. It was a pain. And I'm trying to get back into it. The main problem is that this mod seems to be like highly story driven, at least in what we're doing right now. And it's like, to do what I need to do, I just can't seem to get a lot of stuff done, you know? Progress points change, 5 points. Okay, let's try this again. Lower that shield. ChatGPT is notoriously bad with puns, unfortunately. Okay, I didn't know. Press tab to leave. I am trying. I am trying to leave. I just asked it to make a pun about Rome. Sure, I tried to build a joke about Rome, but it collapsed under a lot of Colosseum pressure. Oof, no, that ain't great. It's too corny. See, this is the thing about AI, you know, it can only try. Lampoons. Many lampoons are circulating both in Greek and Latin. What's a lampoon? For example, the following. Nero, Orestes, Alcmaeon their mother slew. A calculation knew, Nero his mother slew. So is a lampoon like a poetry? Who can deny the descent from Aeneas' great line of our Nero? One his mother took off, the other one took off his sire. While a ruler, his lyre does I can't. Nero has put much effort into finding the person composing this. Oof. It's mostly lost on me, unfortunately. You went on top for the next millennium at this rate. Well, I made a post about it on my second channel, but one of the things that really kind of worry me about AI right now is just... not just how unpopular it is, but the fact that it is so unpopular and it's still being pushed so hard. It's like none of these companies seem to care in the slightest what people think of them. You know? They just keep pushing it. People keep saying they hate it, but they just keep pushing it, like hoping to normalize it until people stop complaining, but it's like, holy hell. Like, nobody likes AI. Not the art, at least. Except the people who make it, and they're clueless. Oh, I still got my horse. Oh, that's a lot of them. Are you kidding me? Bruh. Well, at least I got one, finally. Dude, this is tough. I think we're gonna lose. Oh yeah, we just lost. One of the worst experiences on YouTube is playing a video and realizing that the script is AI generated by catching patterns like it's not X, it's Y, and excessive use of the passive voice. Yeah, I've actually had someone reach out to me like last week from my second channel. They were working on like this series of essays like covering like the right wing globally. It was an interesting concept, but then he sends me his video that he's made, like the current video he has in progress. It's an AI voice, and I'm like, why aren't you just recording it yourself, man? Like, the script had a lot of errors in it. There was a lot of like structural flaws in it, and he sent me his script. And it's not AI generated. At least he wrote the script. He still needs a little more practice, I think, to get like something more cohesive. But he used an AI voice to generate it. And then all the video was just like B-roll footage. I was just like, dude, like, I'm not a fan of like the AI voice. Like, and of all the exchanges we've had, I brought up the AI voice in my first response, and he never even addressed it. I'm like, what is this? If you're a lefty and you use AI to narrate your videos, I feel like you're off to a wrong start. I'm sorry. Anyway, apparently there's like 7 people in here. Who else am I missing? Okay, we're trying to fight again. Well, I guess I'll stay with my team. It'd be nice if I could at least like control it, but I guess I need to What's the damage level? 50-50? And they hurt like hell. Okay, well, at least with the reduced battle size, like, they're right next to us. Thank God. What is going on? What? Yeah, at least I survived this time. Lots of people are insecure about their voice. I get the frustration it could lead someone to using AI, especially considering that the expensive models almost sound convincingly good. When I made my video, I had to redo some parts like 10 times until they sounded acceptable to me. It can be exhausting and demoralizing. Well, I understand that too, but I mean, you could easily get into a broader issue here, which is that making something worthwhile takes effort. You know, like, I went on 2 purges on this YouTube channel, like removing content. The first time, well, both times it was essentially the same reason. It's because it was content that did not really resonate with my audience anyway, so I removed a lot of my earlier content to give my channel a more uniform look, that this is a modding channel now. But you gotta be willing to put yourself out there. Even if it takes more effort, even if you're insecure, when people watch your video, it's the effort that you put into it yourself. It's that level of authenticity that's going to get there. This is the same of like every aspect, because you could say someone is insecure about their voice and that's why they're going to use like an AI voice. But what happens if someone is insecure about their drawing, so they start using AI generating tools to make AI slop, you know? It's the same thing essentially. Part of what makes the art, what makes the work worthwhile is that in spite of your flaws, you're making it yourself. There are cases when even with effort you don't like the results, but in this case, I'd have just hired a narrator or asked a paid friend to do it. Well, there you go. Like, this is... because the guy wanted me to be a part of the project. He said he had reached out to a bunch of other people, and I was like, well, you know, like, I wouldn't just want to, like, share it or, like, have me be added as a collaborator on the video if I didn't actually do anything. So I was like, if there's one thing I could do, maybe it's, like, read out quotes. You know, like, when they have, like, people, like, appear just to read a quote and you recognize their voice or something. I would have done that. But I get the impression that I would have read a quote, and then the rest would have still been AI, because he never actually addressed it. Like, I don't want to be part of something like this. It's kind of weird. Well, I guess all I can do is just get into patrol fights until, like, I race through the ranks, because clearly we're not doing any fighting. Get out of the way. But, I mean, to be clear, like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm not completely 100% AI. Like, one of the things that I've been considering doing for a while is that, like, they have, like, the AI tools now on YouTube. And one of the tools they have in the analytics is they kind of brainstorm video titles that could be appealing to the audience you have based on what they watch, based on what you make and everything. And it's very generic titles in a sense, but, like, it's basic ideas for videos. And if I use those titles, it could be worth for, like, an experiment just to see, like, how it ends up performing. Because the AI is basically like a slight glimpse into the algorithm, essentially. In the case of AI artwork, the whole work is just being done by AI with your instructions. With narration, only one aspect of a whole video is being done with AI. Well, that's fair, yeah. I mean, like I said, he did write the script himself. The script has some problems. A lot of words were way too repetitive, even for me, and I'm very repetitive. Is there someone else? Nah, I ain't got time for this. Hey, I got 20 points. Oh my god. Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool. Can I leave? It's not letting me leave. Stupid bug. So I just have to wait. Ah, but there you go. So I just have to be like really proactive on this. Thought I can beat them, but Hey, not bad. Honestly, the biggest issue of AI for me is that it is distinctly AI. I'd be fine with it if I couldn't notice it. Bold take on that one. I don't know. If one group of people suddenly started dressing very well, but all of them had like a yellow spot on their shoulder or something, I'd have an unnaturally hostile reaction to it. Oh, I think I understand. Oh, so I got a promotion. Cool. So what's my new gear? Oh, I thought I had new gear. Oh, it's barely better. I think we're stuck. Ah, there you go. Let's try again, 6. Oh, shoot. Actually, don't I have points I can use? There you go. Hey! Not bad. Participate in the 80 versus 80. Look like we're getting whooped right now. I'm not sure how long I can go for this one though. It would be so funny if I actually pull off a Bayard here, but that would be... Okay, well, I did take out a bunch. Imagine the whole army practicing like this and being ambushed by an enemy force. You could even say, oh shield, we're cooked. Ha ha ha. Well, I defeated 14. 15 points. Dev shot, yes, we are playing a Roman mod right now. Out Caesar on the hill. I'll show that bastard a lesson. Troublemaker, I will show you a lesson. Such childish shits must be punished. Troublemaker, I will beat you to the ground. Other soldiers have noticed your disputes around you and start to cheer and shout. Now there's no way back, you must fight. Are we fist fighting? Yeah. Yeah, I guess you could. Yeah, 457 AD is also a really good one. But you know what I've been thinking? Plot twist. I think maybe after that we should try a Prophecy of Pandora campaign. I think I'm finally ready to tackle that one again. After all these years of bashing it against all its fans. That's when my real Warband grift begins, when I start playing Prophecy of Pandora for attention. Am I supposed to actually like beat him? Come on, man, fight me. Do you see me flinching here? Come on. You'll quit in 2 episodes. I mean, if I have a bunch of people backseat gameplay with me, like, who cheered me? Oh, there's a few people cheering me on one side and the other. Okay. Pushing dirt on him. With a heavy blow, you knock down your opponent. He lies on the ground with broken ribs and a bleeding nose. The other soldiers cheer and celebrate your victory. You walk towards him, grab him by his head and shout, "Silence!" On the fall silent, you continue. See, soldiers, what happens with those who, out of sheer boredom and stupidity, disturb the peace by bullying others? You will get punished. Rome punishes those who disturb peace. Rome brings order in peace. I can see you getting like thousands of live viewers if you scream and swear in French each time you get knocked down in Pandora. Sacré bleu! 10 points. Nice. Man, it's a lot of grind to just get Dude, how come we get our butts whipped every time? Now we might actually, yeah, we're still getting our butts whipped. No, we actually won. Damn. That was rough. 10 points for Gryffindor. How many points do I need to upgrade? I don't even know. I've never actually done any foraging. think the biggest flaw of this mod for me is the main quest to become Emperor. It's too slow. Yeah, and that's kind of where we're stuck, you know? It's not easy. Beautiful animals. Is he gonna fight me? No, he's just there like, okay. Oh. Well, I got one. The mods to Warband modding with Red Dead Redemption 2 is too gaming. It has too little missions and details. It has so many... The mods to Warband modding, what Red Dead Redemption 2 is to gaming. It has so many little missions and details. Yeah, and then you get hit with my hot take, which is that Red Dead Redemption 2 was boring as hell. I actually really liked the first game, but... Second one, like, ugh, what a slug. What am I supposed to do? Like, kill them all? Just chase them across the map until they're all dead? Oh, there you go. So I guess that's it. I got one. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 was a bad game with a good story. I think it was a good game with a bad story. That's my thing. I mean, not exactly. My problem is that it's just so slow-paced. I didn't really care about the story at all. And it was just annoying in a bunch of different ways. Look at this badass. Yeah, no, I need more points. Ah, when can I upgrade? We're at war with these guys and we're not actually doing anything. That's dumb. Why aren't we going to war? Do a siege, something. What frustrated me in the story was this idea that Arthur is an anti-hero, like the guy just kills and steals mercilessly. And for me, it's really just a concept that it's a completely irrelevant prequel. The fact that Arthur is never mentioned at all in the first game means that all of what you do is going to be completely inconsequential. You know Dutch is going to go crazy. You know the gang is gonna fall apart. You already know everything you need to know about the story, and like, it doesn't make the journey all that much more interesting. There's no twists. I really wasn't invested in any of it. Later on, I understood that's not what they were going for, and I was pleased. He's no anti-hero, he's the lowest of all scumbags, but a scumbag who tries when it matters the most, because he must. Yeah, like I said, I just played the whole thing, and I was just like... When does it get interesting? For me, that was it. I remember my brother telling me how good the whole thing was, and I played it for 50 hours before I realized, you know what, I don't think I'm gonna find any of this interesting, and I tuned out. By the time I stopped playing, I had done all of Arthur's story, and now I was playing as John, and you were building up his farm near Blackwater, and I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, speaking of someone who detests prequels in any media, I get you. Yeah, it's like, you want to make a prequel, that prequel, to the extent that you're portraying characters before the main events of the story, it cannot be something that connects directly, because that's when it gets lost. Like, a good example of this, for example, is Better Call Saul with Breaking Bad. Like, Breaking Bad was amazing, and they decided to do Better Call Saul with Saul, when he's still Jimmy. And I really love the first 3 seasons because it's just with his brother and like this other case against like the senior homes, and there's all this stuff happening, and it's really interesting. I have no idea where it's going, but the moment you introduce Gus, the moment you introduced Lalo, like, it was still a cool story, but like, you know that no matter what happens, Gus is gonna win because he's on top at the beginning of Breaking Bad. So is the journey really that interesting? For me, it's difficult to tune in that way, you know? I didn't play Red Dead Redemption 1. The first one is really good because it doesn't suffer from any of those problems, but it's also like just a really cool Western story. It's like you're used to like all these stories of revenge in like or searches for quests, and like the premise of Red Dead Redemption that you're kind of like reluctantly hunting all of your past gang members as you yourself were a scumbag, and you're doing it because you're trying to get to your family and shit like that. It was a really good story. It had a lot of interesting, wacky characters that you met along the way, and you're just playing a story without any knowledge of where it's going. It's much better that way. Even with Better Call Saul, I didn't like that it has characters whose fates we know. I have this impending sense of doom, of knowing what's happening. There's that. This is what I'm talking about. And that's for your second point. If a prequel must happen, it should be completely unrelated to the main story and somewhere set in the same world just before those events. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Perfect prequel, if you think of it in terms of a prequel series to Game of Thrones. It's 100 years before. But none of the characters exist because it's too far apart. You're in the same setting, but you have a completely different story generations before. Technically, it's a prequel. It's amazing. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Glad we are so in tune on that one. Even in Dance with Dragons, to an extent, you only really know what's going to happen in Dance of Dragons if you actually know about the lore prior to Game of Thrones. But you're going to get that experience otherwise, you know what I mean? None of it matters for the main story. It stands on its legs and it can have consequences. Yes! I think if the characters have to appear in a prequel, it should be the final episode. That makes sense. If you're trying to build a bridge as a continuity, I understand what you mean. It makes sense. Hey, we're getting a siege? No, we're going around. Oh, trying to catch the Lord. He fled. Yeah, or just as unimportant side characters. Yeah, you want an example of this that Homempe Shandu is... sorry, I can't say that. Of what he's... A good example of that would be the prequel to Silence of the Lambs. What's it called? Dragon? Blood Dragon? Shit, I don't remember. Silence of the Lambs, it's this... this movie that happens, you know, with Hannibal Lecter and Clarice, the FBI agent. And then they made a sequel, which is like a prequel actually, that shows like a different detective working with Hannibal on a different case. And the movie finishes with Hannibal Lecter being told that Clarice is on her way to meet him, and that's like the little wink to Silence of the Lambs, and that's it. You can watch, I think it was Blood Dragon. Shit. What's the name? Someone can probably help me out on that one. I have Blood Dragon. Red Dragon? Ah. But that's exactly what Homem is describing there. I still don't like it because imagine walking into a store in real life and knowing that the clerk is going to die in 2 years and 176 days. But it's something I can get over. Yeah, well, like you're saying, that's really my problem with prequels in general. It's a design flaw in my opinion. We have 4,000 men against 266. That's insane. And we're still on the edge of the map. Are you kidding me? Didn't I lower the battle size? I did. I don't think I'm gonna bother participating in any of those. But it didn't give me any points, but it's still a pain in the ass. Okay, well, there's not that many of us. Maybe I can try a fight. We'll see. Oh man, this is horrible. Screw this. I stayed in the reserve. I really don't care. We have 4,700 troops against their 1,000. Wow. This I can do, because the castle is right there. It doesn't matter. Honestly, I'm not opposed to prequels that are just set in different timeline, like things happening differently because the diversion point starts earlier. That way you have no guarantees about anything, but it's a very difficult one to write. It can feel cheap and insulting to arcs that concluded in the original material. Well, there's that too. And like, we have to be honest about what prequels actually are, and it's just trying to milk a beloved franchise some more. It can't be all... It can't be just that, you know? If that's the premise for why you're doing it, that's not gonna work very well. You need to actually have an interesting story to tell. I think the big problem with Red Dead Redemption 2 is that they failed to go down the same path as the GTA games. GTA games are not sequels in the traditional sense. They're a new character every single time. This is the one time that they decided to do something differently with Red Dead Redemption. There's nothing that would have stopped them from making a game that's still set in the Wild West, that's like GTA but cowboys and gunslingers, and you could have just as easily have a whole new cast of characters and the same gameplay, and that would have been significantly better than having a lazy-ass prequel, you know? Yeah, the point must not be, we need a prequel, let's make it about that. The point must be, I have this idea, but to do this, we'll need to make it a prequel. Exactly! And yeah, ultimately, this is why I was not a fan of, Red Dead Redemption 2 story. That? Oh man, I shot him in the head so good. His head exploded. Same there. Wow. That's really what it's about to me. But yeah, what I was trying to say is, yeah, the gameplay is a perfect example for me of like realism does not equal good when it comes to games. Like the fact that every single time, for instance, you get into the camp, you can't sprint in the camp. You can only walk or do a light jog, I think. Why? That slows down the game so drastically, it pissed me off every time. Or you try and browse items in a store, you have to actually turn the pages around. Why? Looting farms and looting bodies, you actually have to, you know, open each drawer, look inside, close it back. Like, the pace of the game was so stupidly slow. It just sucked all the fun out of it. The fact that every time you fire the gun, you need to press the fire button again to cock the revolver or rifle again before pressing it again. Like, you have to press twice to fire a shot. Why? And then people are so like, oh my god, look at all the details. If you stand next to a corpse, you'll actually see it decay. Okay, cool. I don't care. I never needed that for a game to be amazing. I can appreciate that they have like an insane dedication to the immersiveness, but like I don't give a shit. Even in the first game, I enjoyed the story in the first game. I did some bounty hunting and stuff like that, but I never had like a big passion about hunting and grabbing skins and doing all these little challenges. Red Dead Redemption 2 was terrible for me too. Way too slow. Stopped playing it after pushing myself for 7 to 12 hours to play it. I went on for 50. And I was so mad with myself. For letting myself waste my time like this. These are the features that in my option made Red Dead Redemption 2 so good. Well, again, I'm not going to say that my view is objective on that one. It really comes down to... let me, Well, while we keep talking, I'm gonna... let him fight. Another thing is that I don't like stories where you literally can't do anything. You're being railroaded to the ending no matter what you do, you have no choice. Detroit Become Human is really cool in this sense, your choices matter there. Well, it's always going to be kind of difficult with certain games to do that. Some games give you these choices. It's not something that really bothers me personally. It's more when, as a result of the story having like this very strong linear presence, it kind of drags you through endless cutscenes that you can't skip. That's my main issue personally. Like, I played, for example, The Last of Us Part 2 during my vacation last fall. And I did like it, and I see a lot of people like going through like the different parts of the map where you have like all these parts of the game where like you have like these big patrols and you have lots of places to take cover, and you can play through these sections in so many different ways. You can be very aggressive, you can be super stealthy, you can create booby traps, distractions, and stuff like that. And sometimes you see videos of people like going through these sections again and like mastering them, you know? And I really was interested in playing the game again because they have like a new game plus in Last of Us Part 2. But like a good third or quarter, I would say, of the game is unskippable cutscenes or sections where you're just walking around with other characters as you're talking and nothing else happens. And I don't mind it the first time, but if I'm trying to play the game again and I have to go through all these sections again, my god, it's such a slug when you know where it's going and there's no replay value whatsoever, you know? Red Dead Redemption 2's best part for me personally was the dialogue. Some of it is generally so witty. Yeah, it was pretty well written, and there's lots of memes around it, sure. But it's still the same issue. The pacing is really slow, and like I said, if you're trying to start the story all over again, like there's this section. Remember, like midway through the game, or like the whole gang gets separated, and you have to like spend a while like regrouping everybody, and there's like this big section where you're with Arthur riding on your horse, and there's just a song playing, and you're just spending like 5 minutes riding from point A to point B while the song is playing. I mean, okay, for a first time, fair enough. But that is such a slug to go through that again if you're playing the game again, you know what I mean? I have a question about where I can find a companion list for Calradia Borderlands v3.5 Mountain Blade mod. Thanks. Well, you should try, first of all, going on the mod page and see if in the features tab they have one. Otherwise, they might have like a Discord link or something, or some way you can reach out to the modder and ask him. That would be my best bet. Because, yeah, there are a lot of companions. There are so many companions in Borderlands, you can basically have I think that's what I did in my last video where I covered it in the last update. I had like 60 companions. Just a whole warband of just companions. It was crazy. And I mean, there were so many times where I was kind of confused with Red Dead Redemption 2. In the first game, when you play as John, it's hinted that the gang broke down when like one of their heists went wrong, and what he was saying, John, basically, is that like he got injured during the heist, and the gang left him behind, and that's when he broke out from the gang, you know? And then you have a mission where you're in like, what's the name of the town again? It's basically New Orleans. Saint Denis? I think it's Saint Denis, right? You're in the town, and you're having like a bank heist, and like there's this big shootout with the marshals and the sheriffs and whatever. And as you're fighting, you hear like, oh no, like John got wounded, we can't leave him behind, and then you end up leaving him behind. So I'm like, oh great, so we must be like getting towards the end. And then no, there's like a mission where you have to break him out of prison, and then the game continues for another 20 hours. I'm like, what the hell was that? That made no sense. Carrier Borderlands is an amazing mod I am enjoying this week. I am a veteran Mountain Blade. Well, welcome to the club. Any tips on Carrier Borderlands v2.5? What are the best companion, or how to run them in a companion-only campaign? Well, the one thing you have to consider is the only real difference between the companions and the soldiers is that they'll never die, they'll only ever get wounded, so you can pretty much take a lot more risks. It's also going to be a lot more management, because you're leveling them up individually, you're checking all of their gear individually, so it's a lot of micromanagement compared to a regular warband. But that's about as far as it goes. I think in total there's like 100 of them, so you couldn't just... If you're trying to conquer the world, you're not going to do it with just 100 men, that's for sure. That's going to be too much of a slug. But, you know, it is what it is. Apparently there's 16 people in here. I'm sorry for anybody who's watching this, and it's just we're just stuck here. That's why we're like bashing prequels as a concept and Red Dead Redemption 2. But if there's more people in here, feel free to say hi and share your own thoughts on anything. We're kind of just talking here. It's cool. Let me try and get a different angle. We're kind of not so high, you know? Maybe it... Okay, I think that's better. Hey! Not bad. Almost got the whole thing. There you go. Perhaps the more annoying thing is a sequel when you don't need one. Star Wars Episode 7 really was not needed. How did that go? The battle was lost. Really? How many people were... 615? 540? Well, the next assault should be it. Gonna heal myself on that one, just so we can at least participate in the fight. There is a way to make the game speed go faster. Check the game concepts. Really? I'll check. The original Planet of the Apes was one where, like, they never wanted to make a sequel, and the studio kept pressuring them to make a new sequel every time. I was kind of a running gag with that one. Oh, that was a good throw. Whoa. Well, they're not happy. Shoot. The Matrix also, it's all nostalgia on that one. Well, that didn't last very long. But we should get them this time regardless. They are coming, yes? There's barely any of them. I've been sick at this part before, and when I thought it was over, I joined the Praetorian Guard. I actually already joined the Praetorian Guard. I did a quest where I had to massacre some protesters in Rome, and then they went back to Germany, and then nothing was happening, so I could talk to the Lord, and there was an option to say you're bored, and he just dumped you, and he said, well, go join another legion then, so okay. The side quests are quite interesting. There's a cool one on the Nile River. Maybe we'll check them out later. For me, it was left control and 9. Oh, you're right. Yeah, let's do this. Hey, can we go faster? No. Hey, that's cool. I didn't know it was possible. Thank you. Oh, we're gonna be saving some times now, folks. Hey, there's almost like 20 people in here. Well, hello everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And leave a super chat or something. Thank you. Do be on the lookout for the next massive video that I'm hopefully releasing next week finally. It's almost an hour long. And it's just this crazy comparison of Warband and Bannerlord and all their facets. From base game, to DLCs, to mods. It's gonna be great, I hope. I saw something the other day. I'm pretty sure it was AI and it was fake, but they were kind of like hinting as this sequel to Game of Thrones, which is set like 10-20 years later, and they had like this AI trailer of Jon Snow up in the north, like way older and shit, and I was like, no thanks. I really do appreciate this accelerator. If I do control F7, does it... Oh, now I'm in slow motion. Cool. Where's... Okay, I see it. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I mean, it's cool because Bannerlord actually has that feature where, well, it's even better because now the body slide feature has been implemented into base game Bannerlord, so you can actually do that. But if you don't use the feature, you can actually just speed up when the fight is over. A sequel to the Game of Thrones? They've got to be kidding me. Okay, that was too easy. It is crazy though, like just how many casualties we're sustaining, considering that friends are only getting like 50% damage. How far did you get at Caradia Borderlands? How much of the map did you conquer? I didn't conquer anything at all. When I make my reviews of mods, and I know this is going to surprise a few people, but I don't actually play the mods for all that long. If I play a mod for more than 3 hours, because I'm really into it. Cumulatively, I played maybe 5 hours, 6 of Borderlands maybe. Hello, baby driver. I'm okay. I'm a little sick. You can probably hear it on my voice. I'm feeling very stuffy. It's annoying as hell. But I'm okay. How are you? Welcome to the stream. The reason, to be clear, that I don't actually play the mods for that long is because I am reviewing a lot of mods, and I've kind of refined the way that I review them. Where, if I have like 20 mods to review for a single video, usually what I do is I just quickly try and get like a very fast glimpse of all the features. Is there new scenery? Is there a new world map? Is there new items? Is there new features? If there are new features, how do you get access to them? So usually what it looks like to me is I will typically play the first hour or two like regular, no cheats, nothing. I just start. Are there new bandits? Are there new lairs? Are there new tournaments? Are there new quests? I find all of that out very quickly, and then I immediately cheat my way into either becoming a lord or a faction ruler, to see if there's new features for that. And that's how I went with Borderlands. I have then played more than you. Oh, for sure. Pretty much all of the mods that I've covered, people have played more than me. There's a few exceptions. There's definitely a couple of mods that I've played like considerably. Paris Snow, Britain Welda, Gecko Kujo, Clash of Kings, World of Ice and Fire. There's definitely a lot of mods that I spent like considerable amount of time in them over the years. But most of the mods that I review on my channel that I've played as part of making content, definitely didn't play them much. I think the one exception, I do know that Prophecy of Pandora, I've mentioned it before, but like when I was reviewing Prophecy of Pandora, I gave it like a good 15 hours. Which is among the mods that I've given the most time. That and 457 AD I also played a good chunk. 15, 20 hours maybe. Maybe I should do a review and see if Character Borderlands works fine, making your kingdom and all those features. You make videos, Brazilak? Godspeed. After anyone has fallen, Nakatus allows to loot and pillage the place. The men roam freely through the streets. You see children getting killed, women getting raped, houses are set on fire, business as usual. They've been established as a tributary. Nice. Imperialism has been achieved. Isn't Gaete like right here? I don't even know. The basketball mod was the best, in my opinion. It was pretty funny, don't get me wrong. Hey, I got another promotion. With this rank, you will command 30 soldiers during battle. Cool. What's my gear? We're making progress, people. I now have a horse. And I have more like the Centurion looking helmet. I have the Pilum. Might as well grab the spear, just in case. Nice. Yeah, but the basketball mod, it was pretty silly, but it was pretty cool. The modder, Kill You Ready, actually showed up in my Discord a few weeks ago. To say thanks for the coverage. Dude is crazy. With the stuff he does. Now, what 30 men will do is up to me. Yes, it's up to you. During night, while you are currently on watch, you notice shadowy figures running out of the camp. You hear them talking, and they seem to be quite in a hurry. Probably bandits have sneaked up in the camp to steal supplies. It's your duty to stop them. Try to stop them from escaping alone. Give alarm and then chase them. I mean... Okay. I guess I have to talk to them first. Come here, you. Guess we got him. I am a film director, but I have not made game content yet. I love your work. Thanks for all your content. Mountain Blade is my all-time favorite game. All the best. Well, thank you, Brazilak. You're kind of sounding like a kindred spirit right now because I am also a film director, and I also started working on films before I started making my YouTube channel. In fact, if you go on my YouTube channel right now, you will see the last video uploaded was a movie that I started working on before I started my YouTube channel that I just uploaded earlier this month. Feel free to check it out, especially if you're a fan of Game of Thrones. Matteo Pons, which mod? This is Out Caesar Out in the Hill. You can find it on Steam. You have defeated the bandits and returned all the supplies they looted. Legatus Lucius, after he was informed about your deed, gives you 1,000 denarii. You made for sure a huge advance towards promotion. Great. 35 points for Gryffindor. Let's go. So if I go on patrol now, will I control the men? Earlier on the patrol, you passed through a village that complained about their cattle getting stolen overnight. Now, your unit catches up to a couple of shitty characters herding cattle who run at the side of you. The thieves escaped, but you do have the cattle now. Well, there you go. Who am I controlling? Am I controlling anybody? Supposedly I hold like 30 men. I don't know who's who though. Yo, there's 21 people here. Stream record. Okay, I see some people. These seem to be mine. Okay, those are my 30 men right here. Kind of hard to control. Do your duties, men. How do they say it in Rome 2 Total War? There's a lot of people in here. Well, welcome everybody. I'm glad that you're all still alive as well. I guess the cavalry charged in. Might as well order them to charge. It should just be called Rome 2 Total War. Yeah, there you go. Less of a mouthful, you know. They should do that with all of the sequels, you know. Shogun 2 Total War, Medieval 2 Total War. I'm down. Okay, well, they're pretty weak troops. If they're on foot and they're still kicking butts, oh yeah. Are you serious? Medieval 3 is coming? For real? That'd be so good. About damn time, too. I would like Empire 2, personally. Empire 2 would be amazing. Did I get any points? Yeah, there you go. For my contribution in the battle. Fantastic. Drunkards. After a long march, you sit around a campfire together with the soldiers and some follower women. While you eat, you notice some soldiers are drunk, although the century has forbidden to consume alcohol. You ask around and find out that the drunk soldiers, while they were on patrol, confiscated wine from a merchant. Such shameful abuses of office are the reason why most of the commoners hate soldiers. Yes, I'll snitch on them for this one. Why didn't they fight? They were getting their butts whooped, and they tried to run away. The soldiers get punished. They will now think twice before they will abuse their position again. On the other hand, nobody likes telltales, and your relation with the other soldiers suffer. Yeah, I suppose. But I'm an officer now. No more of this shit. I got 30 points though, hey. Alright, let's do this. Fight in the dark. Actually, I think I gotta level up again. Yeah, there you go. Might as well put some in Power Strike, you know. I need to... We mean business. Shoot. I might actually lose that one. Oh, there you go. Whew, that was close. It only gave me 7 points though, that sucks. One of your duties is to check the equipment of your soldiers to ensure they maintain it properly. Some soldiers have neglected their weapons and they're glad it got rusty. A proper punishment is required. Whip them 20 times, that's enough. The punishment was proper. There you go. I'm all about proper punishing. Do I control them? I think so. Yay! I finally controlled the patrol. Fantastic. How many of them are there? It's pretty much the same amount. Well, I'll try and play it smart, folks. You got this, people.
Prohibite Iaculor.
Let them get closer before you start firing your weapons.
Militares Iaculor. Milites Apugnote!
Oh, crap. What? No! I failed. This one looks pretty fun. Is it considered the most sophisticated robot bot? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really stuffy. Oh, well, we still won, thank God. Got 8 points. I would say it is, with 457 AD in second place. Though you can't compare the two, they're handling very different niches. They are. But they are pretty solid, the both of them. I think if you're looking for something much simpler, Billum Imperi will do the trick. And even Roman at War is a really fun one for like early Roman period. I think they actually work really well. Monish, hi sir, which mod? This is Out Caesar Out Nihil on the Steam Workshop. Okay, excuse me, I just go blow my nose, it's really bad. I appreciate the politeness, Monish, but you don't have to call me sir. Terry or Duke is fine. Okay, hold up here. Got my halls. Hopefully it helps me unclog a bit. You and several other soldiers are ordered to confiscate a dozen cows from a local farmer as supplies for the Legion. The farmer has a very beautiful daughter and seems to be quite rich. The man used the opportunity to take not only the cattle, but also his daughter and other goods. The farmer grabs an axe and is ready to attack the soldiers. Order to punish the farmer for attacking representatives of the princeps. Order not only to punish the farmer for attacking representatives of the princeps, but take also all his goods and gold. Damn. Niche mods are where it's at, in my honest opinion. I don't care for vanilla reskins. I agree. The farmer and his daughter are glad and praise your name. What was unfully taken has been returned. After you came back to the marching camp, you punished the soldiers. There you go. Well, we're definitely going to war, because we're pretty far off now. We went from England. We're heading into, like, Hungary. Let's go. My salary is also much higher than before. Okay, well, let's try this again, shall we, people? Oh, seem to be cavalry now. Wow, Terry's geography knowledge is improving. Was I really that bad before? I asked him to form a square. That does not look like a square. Okay, well, we're beating them at least. Bruh. Yeah, you made some silly mistakes. Really? I thought my geography was pretty decent. I must have been a little confused before. Or maybe I just got some names wrong. But I still knew the place. Sir, you deserve respect, my lord. Your mods' recommendations are great. Well, thank you, but, you know, it's the community. A lot of people make recommendations. I would never know any of the mods without people recommending them. I just review them after they bring it up. Come here, you. This is horrible. Probably needs a lot more men in order to do the square formation. Maybe. I'm not sure. Angel's Armor. Yeah, a lot of good mods he recommends, though he could appreciate TLD more. Local resource points is not an issue. It absolutely is an issue. If you're trying to trade globally. Like, imagine if you were playing the native, native Warband, and the Nords and the Swadia had different currencies, and you can only get it from doing quests from each faction. How annoying that would be. But to be pedantic, Hungary doesn't exist yet. It came to be with the Magyar migrations, which happens like 800 years after... Okay. They are going into modern-day Hungary. Fix it for you. Congratulations. Hey, I'm a Centurio. Nice. You've been promoted to Centurio. With this rank, you will command 60 soldiers during battle. As Centurio, you now receive your own whip. You have now to decide how you will use it. Will you act lawful and just? You also encounter many new faces. As Optio, it was easy to recognize and remember your soldiers and lads, but now there are so many. Does it even matter to recognize their names? Most of them will probably be dead soon anyways. I will lead by example and try to remember every name and to use the whip only if necessary. What's my gear? Yo. Lovely. Why do I have 2 gladiuses? I don't even have a pilum to throw because I'm... It's like because I'm above it, you know? The term you'd use to describe Hungary would be Pannonia or a part of it, Dacia. Fair enough. I appreciate the extra history lesson. I don't mean that sarcastically, it's interesting. I really don't know my geography past the modern day, that's for sure. The Great Temple of Jerusalem is the center of the Jewish faith, where they come from all corners of Judea to pray. The governor has issued a decree to limit the amount of pilgrims entering the city to avoid traffic jams. Many Jewish people are angered about this action and seized weapons against the local garrison. That's fantastic. No, TLD isn't about trading, it's the War of the Ring. Excuse me, sir, that I'm supposed to play the mod in a specific way to appreciate it. Yeah, you're quite advanced for a Canadian. Yes, I'm one of the good ones. Oh shit, we're outnumbered. That might be interesting. Canadians are generally better than Americans. Well, Americans are like really bad. You've seen that video, right? Of, I think it's Jimmy Kimmel. He's got a map of the world, and he's just asking people walking on the sidewalk, like, name any place in the world. And most people can't do it. At best, they identify the continent. It's really bad. Okay, am I controlling the cavalry? If my 60 men are the cavalry, that would be so cool, but I don't know. Maybe it's the people in the back. One way to find out. Yeah, but that's exaggerated. They featured only the bad clips. Well, for sure. Okay, I think I control the cavalry. That would be so cool. It's hard to say because everyone's highlighted at the same time. Which is your favorite empire in history? The Empire of the French, of course. As badass as it was short-lived under Napoleon. But they were pretty badass. And the flamboyant uniforms and shit. And most of what they did was in Europe, you know, so not too much colonialism. Take a wild guess after looking at his profile. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly. I don't exactly feel the same way about like my favorite empire as some people who love the Roman Empire would. You know, I'm just like, yeah, it's a cool thing. You know. Man, I don't know who's on my side here. I'm definitely not controlling the cavalry. They're doing things I'm not asking them to do. That must be my 60 men? I'm supposed to have 60 men. That looks more like 30.
Apugnate! Milites! Apugnate!
Yeah, I love the Ottoman Empire. Yeah, they're interesting too. I need to look up more on the Ottoman Empire. There's kind of like a meme that for like the few remaining 100 years of their existence, they were kind of a joke. The sick men of Europe, it was called. But the rising period is pretty interesting. Empire of Brazil, the goat of South America. I can imagine. That's a lot of elite guards here.
KDJ!
Arguably, this decadent period is the most interesting because of the social upheaval of the Ottoman Empire during the Tanzimat reforms. I have no idea what the Tanzimat reforms is, so that's why I say like I don't really know much about them. Also, was it like the January class, basically like the Praetorians, in terms of like corruption and all the scheming and shit? Yeah, that armor is really good, to be fair. Even during a rebellion in the northeast of the Brazilian Empire, they considered rescuing Napoleon from exile and bringing him back. That would have been funny as hell. But Napoleon, if that's during the time that Napoleon was in Saint Helena, I mean, he was way past his prime. He would have been largely useless. You better not lose my horse. Hello, Zunku. Welcome back. By the way, I am from India. Did you hear about Mauryan Empire? I can't say I have, though. You like the movie? You mean Dance of Steel? You watched it? Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I mean, I can control up to 30 or 60 men, allegedly. I don't know if in the reinforcements it kind of replenishes my thing. I don't think it does. Guys, get your reinforcements. Well, you might as well attack. You're too close now. But it's not gonna go great, I think. Okay. We're managing. I wonder what's my kill count right now. Oof. Am I getting reinforcements? No, that seems to be the extent of it. I mean, these guys look like Praetorians because of the blue, but they're not. Just a different legion. Chanakya is one of the best advisors in history. Like I said, like, my history knowledge is simultaneously a little better than the average person, and pretty limited compared to people who actually really are into history. So I tend to lose pretty quickly. Oh man, they're gonna get slaughtered. French Dragoon, Warband in 2026, you're a legend. Well, thank you. There's an audience for it, I believe. I'm really annoyed by the fact that I can't kill in a single hit, even with the spear from the back. Like, look at this. That should have been a kill. Come on. Seriously? Well, I guess armor does its job. I was trying to make a mod in 1400 Tuscany, but I just got bored during the modding. Well, I don't do much modding myself. I just review the mods. Hey! Made another level. Fantastic. More Power Strike. I need more. More! I've been playing Mountain Blade since War Rider times. I'm not sure I understand that reference. Okay, I think these are my guys, but they don't listen to my orders at all. Okay, how are we looking in casualties? Enemies, 200 casualties. Us, 150. That's not great. That's almost 1-to-1. And me, myself, I'm almost dead. Maybe I should just retreat. $165 for us. 239 for them. That's not bad. That's definitely gonna level the playing field, right? What? Didn't realize we were still this close and okay, these are my guys. These are my boys. War Rider was the OG name before it was called Mountain Blade, but when still in development, with just Armagon and his wife. I mean, the original Mountain Blade in development was called War Rider? Wow. That's something else. I guess these guys are mine. We got some ballistas. They're not very effective though. And these guys need to move faster. Come on, guys. If we're to have any hope. Be cool if they actually did any damage. Okay, these guys are mine too. Because they just moved back. I really don't understand. So I control some cavalry? No. I really have no idea who I'm controlling. I know I'm controlling these guys here. But it's so confusing. If that cavalry charges straight at us, they're screwed. Well, that's very impressive, Angels in Armor. How old are you? Because the original Mountain Blade development, that's like 20 years ago, right? Maybe we can flank them. Attack him from both sides at the same time. That'd be cool.
Sistite Yaculor. Milites Kentite. Milites Yaculor.
Nice. Come on, guys. You got this.
Progredite. Milites Apugnote.
We need an actual sword.
Sistite Yaculor.
Okay, that's a bunch of people. Right in the face.
Milites Agradite.
Maybe they can fight off that cavalry, but I don't know. I need a longer sword, that's for sure. Yeah, this is a problem with these battles. I don't know why they take so long. Why they're so large, rather. But if that's how large they are, I might as well increase it a bit. So we at least get more men fighting at the same time. We're at it's hard to read. 80 casualties. Died 120. This is very slow progress. At least I got that one.
Prohibete Yaculor. Milites Yaculor. Tradite. Perdite!
Nice. Finally getting some kills in here. Ah, crap. Well, I guess horse is out. Okay, I definitely get that sword. Give me that sword. There you go.
Milites! Cedite!
Oh man, cavalry's attacking my guys again.
Agradite!
Damn it. Guys, it's not a good idea to have your back turned to the enemy as they're right in front of you. Yeah, that's gonna suck. This is insanely incompetent. So I just realized the music went out. Gotta restart the playlist. Here you go. Sorry guys. Really having a hard time here.
Milites! Cedite! Iaculor! Milites! Iaculor!
Well, finally. Dude, how many hits do you take? Bruh. Just die already. Bruh. Just die. Oh my god, it got so laggy and irresponsive. That was horrible. How's the casualties going? I think we got the worst of it this time. 205, 272. Ah. 244, 208, yeah, we're losing. 178, 102. Yeah. We actually managed to escape anyway. With our lives. Wow. Well, now we're going all the way back to London to replenish. But that was stupid. Officer meeting. As you want to deliver a report to your Centurio. I am the Centurio. You're informed that he is currently in a meeting with Legatus, Lucius, and other officers in the command tent. You walk towards the commander's tent. Enter the tent. You enter the tent. It seems there is currently a debate going on. The others have noticed you, but continue the discussion. So you're saying the only way to govern people is through fear and violence? Did I understand you correctly? Not exactly, Legate. What I meant was that if people revolt, one should crush this revolt with violence. But let me explain it... in more detail, since you cannot simply kill everybody. In fact, one should use violence with care. There is always a reason why people rebel. The important thing is to find that reason, and then destroy it. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Could you give us an example? Yes, an example would be good. Very well. Let us consider Judea. Why should they rebel there? One might say the taxes are too high, but if Judea would be independent, they would have to pay taxes to their king too. One might say the governor is corrupt, the people are sick of this corrupt system, but if Judea would be independent, their king might also be corrupt. So why are the people in Judea so unhappy and rebellious? It seems all they have under Roman rule, they could also have under the rule of a Judean king. Nobody likes to be ruled by a foreign power. They are proud people after all. Their priests spurred them. Listen to conversation. I'll intervene and then I'll be mad that I intervene. That is true in a way, but it is more complicated. The commoners are idiots after all. If you give them everything they need to live, they are usually happy. But there are also Judean nobles and priests who would like to rule Judea independently. Their priests are constantly preaching against Rome and against Caesar. Their priests are the real problem. They want to rule over Judea without Roman interference. That's why they incite riots. The only way one could rule over Judea would be to get rid of the priests. Don't forget the religious aspects. I don't know much about their god, but it seems it's a jealous god who doesn't tolerate other gods. Also, the people of Judea are strong in their faith. If you would slaughter their priests, they would right away revolt. Why not give them more local autonomy? Even more autonomy? Bah, we already had that decades ago and it didn't work. Anyhow, let's assume now Judea revolts. How would you crush a revolt? Why not let them be? Does Rome need more provinces? That sounds like traitorous talk. Hold up, guys. Thought I heard the door knock. Could have been a neighbor. I'm gonna keep my ear out just in case. First of all, it's a strategic, important region. Secondly, it's Rome's destiny to rule over the world. You, as a true Roman, should remember this. I would say one could crush the revolt with use of violence. And then, the people remember it and will call it a crime. This will be a good reason for a new revolt. Of course you must reconquer Judea. One cannot tolerate such an action, but the question is, how? What is the best way to reconquer a rebellious province? I would try to give them more autonomy and ensure competent people govern them. Yes, Rome needs also good governors, but as we discussed already, sooner or later they will revolt because of their nobility and priests. I even think giving them local autonomy would make the problem even larger, as their nobility would become more powerful. I am sure, to finally pacify the region, one would have to enslave the whole population and then replace them with loyal people, for example veterans. Roma Invicta. Caesar did something similar in Gaul. Probably this is the best way. Anyway, we have talked enough about this matter. Soldier Quintus Zeno, what have you to say? Ah yes, very good. The meeting is now over. Everyone back to duty. Oh, I guess it was just a philosophical conversation on how to rule, I guess. Oh my god. Whew. This is really bad, yo. Whew.
Prohibete Yaculon.
At least it keeps you busy like this. I can't complain too much. Great armor, though.
Milites Yaculon.
Nice.
Milites.
Well thrown, gentlemen. Complete slaughter under my leadership. This should just give me control of the whole army. I'd be very successful. Still trying to reach that higher rank for the mission to make myself noticed by the nobility. After hours of marching, the soldiers were exhausted and decide to make a break. Although Legatus insists on continuing the march, they ignore his orders and threaten him with mutiny. Also, his officers suggest that they have marched enough for today. But Legatus still insists on march on and is threatening them with decimation. But the soldiers stay stubborn and refuse to march on. Arrest sounds fine. I do like that there's new random events based on what your position is in the army. Well, I guess we're going back to war. I need this for more progress.
Prohibete Yaculon. Bobete Proxime.
Proxime! Oh, there they are. I don't know if you guys can see them. Barely visible. Are they archers? No.
Milites Yaculon.
Let's go. Nice.
Milites Kedite. Milites Apugnate.
Damn it. I almost died. shoot. Anybody still in here? It's been a moment since the last chat. And supposedly there's still 13 people in here. I mean, not complaining if people are doing other things. But I do like interacting with people. I guess we're the marshal, because people are following us. Interesting. Back to Hungary we go. Oh, they're definitely following us. Okay. Big city. That will definitely attract attention. Why do I keep doing this at night? Oh. Well, that's doable. Oh, that's a very good one. Whoa. Now what? Oof. Not as great.
Évitez. Ejaculor. Bilites. Quantité.
At least the battlefields are somewhat flat. Can't complain too much about that.
Ejaculor. Sistite. Ejaculor.
I have no idea why I'm leading. That's so hard to figure out. Not a fan of fighting on a hillside.
Sistite. Ejaculor. Bilites. Prohibite. Ejaculor.
Well, I definitely don't control the archers, that's for sure. So those are my dudes. That's all the leadership I have. That ain't great. Might as well keep them in reserve. The Sagittarius are doing a decent job. The work speed feature works when you're alive too, really? Hey! What's the Okay, that's 4 for normal, and that's 9 for extra fast. But you're right. I have to start using that. Archers are doing a great job right now. But I don't know how that's gonna go now. Damn it. So that first wave worked out quite well. But okay, I should then use the fast forward feature when troops are redeploying to at least speed that part up. Man, the archers are tearing ass. Nice. Finally, we got a bit of killing machine in us. Yeah. Oof, that was a bad hit. Dude, I am slaughtering them. Although they are slaughtering us now. That second wave is not doing too well. Bad idea. Ooh, serious speed. Shit. I didn't expect that. Okay, well, at least they'll get the cavalry going. Oh, whoops. There we go. That's not going well, though. Those are the troops I was leading at the front. They're getting beat up. But there we come. Come on, guys. Just get a proper formation going. Let's go. You got this. Let's go. Ah, it seems pretty 1-1 to me. I think we're better off for training and starting over. Do I have my kill count? Yeah, I got 28 myself. Not bad. Just gonna remember to slow it down when it actually matters. Look at the speed. Wah! Serious speed.
Obéite! Prohibite! Prohibite!
You see, I just told them to hold this position. They're not moving. What are they doing? Come on. There you go. Come on, guys. You make up a huge chunk. You gotta go. Oof. Well, at least you got their cavalry. Guys, come on. I just want you to attack the archers. Let's go. Damn it. Damn it. Well, there you go. That did not go well. 159 for us, 141 for them. Oof. Oh well, now we got a lot of reinforcements. Alright. Okay, are we continuing the siege? I guess we are. Oh boy. That does not bode well. We really don't have enough troops to be fighting them off. Okay, where are the ladders? I see one on the side there. Oh, that castle looks way too well defended. That is not gonna go well. 4 points of entry as usual. Oof. Not great. Whoa. Are you serious? Bruh.
There might be a chance here. Bruh. Oh well, that was bound to happen. But there seems to be some progress being made. I mean, we've got some breaches. They're inside the walls. That's promising. It's not that bad. Their casualties are definitely worse. That's good. If we can just like keep a hold on the wall, that can definitely make it much harder for them. We can definitely wreak havoc inside. Just mostly a question of whether they get here in time. See, like a whole new wave of reinforcements? No challenge. Oh yeah, I think we got this. Nice. Oh, close to the mic, I just realized. Come on guys, you got this. That's very good actually. That's very good. They're at 300 casualties. Just gonna keep on that hold inside the walls. If they can do that. Oh, whoops. Crap. Come on, you guys gotta hold until the reinforcements arrive. Come on. Ah, they reclaimed the ladder on the bottom there. They're at 500 casualties. We're at 330, so yeah, definitely getting in our favor. They can't handle this war of attrition. They'll lose first. Got pushed back again. It's a shame that I have to die on the ladder, because it's actually a pretty fun scene to be having a siege into. Casualties are catching up though. They're at 600. We're at 500. They might actually be winning now, I don't know. Because they managed to push everyone back and it's like their troops are higher quality now. Oh yeah, it's catching up real quick. I got 7. That's not bad. Oh well, they abandoned the siege. Oh, well.
Prohibite Iaculor. Obete Proxime.
Fox Trivia, this mod is out Caesar on the Hill on the Steam Workshop. I really need to start putting it in the video description. I think I did before and I keep forgetting. Alright boys, we're ready to throw down some pilas. Those rocks? Yeah.
Milites Iaculor.
Oh guys, your throwing sucks. You guys throw way too low.
Milites Kedite. Milites Agradite.
Well, I got one at least. I don't know how many points I need to just get to the next building roads. Occasionally, legionaries helped out building roads. Unfortunately, today is such a day. You are ordered to lead a detachment to help building a road. Luckily, as you have a officer rank, you must not do any hard work. But sitting around in the sun and watching the soldiers digging is incredibly boring. After a while, a group of women from a nearby homestead approaches. They thank you new soldiers for the hard work and they are doing and offer food, wine, and company for free. If you accept the offer, you will probably not meet the deadline. Everything went as planned, you made exactly the expected progress. On the other hand, your reputation suffers slightly. Oh well. I feel the weight of responsibility on my shoulders. Nice. Workers over deadlines, exactly. Congratulations. Well, no, actually, I prioritize the deadline. Congratulations, you're promoted to Centurio, Primi, or Dines. With this rank, you will command 70 soldiers in battle. Brazilac, why do you like Mountain Blade so much? I think it's just a great concept. It's fun to mix the elements of RPG with the elements of leading troops in battle like Total War. I think it makes for a great recipe, personally. And the mods do offer it so much more replay value. And I just happened to make a channel that gravitated a lot towards it, and it attracted a lot of people. It's the most views and money I've ever made on YouTube. So I'm heavily incentivized to keep going. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still enjoy playing. But I mostly do it for the channel now. Okay, so new gear, a new helmet, now we got blue. Still the same good armor. While patrolling the area, you patrol spots a lonely rider on the horizon. who seems to be watching your advance. He could either be a scout for rebel or bandits, or just a common peasant. Interrogate him. He quickly hides in contradictions. Absolutely, it's crazy how, as far as I know, no one has been able to replicate the swinging a sword in multiple directions like in Mount and Blade. Well, a lot of games have managed to do it. It's just that Warband kind of did it first and kind of just retained a structure around the game overall in this design that this is where other games falter. Like, I remember, like, this old MMO, old, not as old as Warband, but it's kind of old now, For Honor, the game that pits, like, Vikings against Samurais against Knights, it used directional attacks, and it did it pretty well, too. Kingdom Come Deliverance also has directional attacks in a way that works really well. I played a while ago, Gloria Victis. The game shut down, but it's coming back on again, and it's kind of like an MMO that follows the same structure of directional attacks as Mount and Blade. So it's not new, but whether games are like Mount and Blade, well, what I just listed. But Mount and Blade is noticeably unique in that way. Okay, so guys, I need help here. The writer did not flee, he greeted me, but now he's hiding in contradictions and he seems nervous while answering questions. Is he just afraid of us? Or is he actually suspicious? I think I'm gonna let him go. I don't want to over-police. Seems to be a commoner. Okay, so nothing happened. So I guess there was no bandit. I was smart on that one. Kind of my problem when I ask people for help is that there's like a 15-second delay on the stream. So I'm not patient enough to hear for feedback. Man, we replenished very quickly. We showed up with 200 men. 2 days later, we're already back to 400.
Prohibite! Prohibite! Mobete! Proxime!
I'm gonna pull a Wellington on them as soon as they show up. It's going to be like point blank firing. Is the mod only in England or the entire Roman Empire? The entire Roman Empire. And not even just the Roman Empire, other parts they don't occupy. Northern Germany, parts of the Middle East, up north. It's all of Europe, the Middle East, North Africa. It's pretty huge. It is RNG, whatever you click. Sometimes it leads to a fight, sometimes not. Yeah, I figure. There they are. Got trees in the way, though.
Milites! Yaculot!
I don't think we're gonna get a single one. Well, that's just embarrassing. Excuse me, guys. I got a phone call. I think it was my mother-in-law. She called me by accident. How many ranks are there? Like... Nice ringtone. It's the, I think you can... Maybe I still have it in my shorts on YouTube, but it's a little compilation I made with the battle cruiser from StarCraft. Receiving transmission. Identify yourself. We are getting way behind schedule. I have to reach the rank of Tribunus Militaris. Did they give me like my own legion? That'd be so cool. Rumors were spreading about a bandit raid in a nearby homestead. Then you're informed that Legatus is awaiting you in his tent. You shall visit him immediately. Ah, Quadrazino, I have an important task for you. Last day I sent a detachment of soldiers to scout the area, but they never returned. Today I received a message that a nearby farmstead has been raided. I am pretty sure the detachment deserted, and I am sure they raided the farmstead. I want that you, together with a small force, get rid of these bastards. Yes, Dominus, I will act as ordered. Very good. We believe that the deserters will attack another farmstead not far from the one they already raided. You will march there and wait till they attack. We will smash the bastards. After an hour of marching, you see smoke in the distance. As you approach the farmstead, you see most of its houses burning. You see Roman soldiers fighting with peasants equipped with stools and sticks. This must be the deserters, but you also see common bandits fighting with the inhabitants and the deserters. It seems that the raid of the deserters was interrupted by a group of bandits. Attack now, hopefully we can save some peasants. Can't believe that that as a Centurion, I'm not equipped with Pilas. Have you played the Bell right? Doesn't tell me anything. Can't say I have. Oh man, they massacred all the villagers. Look at that massacre. Aw, man. You managed to defeat the bandits and the deserters. Unfortunately, all peasants died during the battle. You got loot from the deserters and bandits worth 1,000 denarii. Lauds you and you received 2,000. Well, there you go. Belrite is an amazing blend of Mountain Blade and Manor Lords. Manor Lords was pretty cool. I liked Manor Lords. So I should check it out. Is your mod latest version the latest? The mod has its own website. The version on Steam is not maintained any longer. No, I agree. If you click the link, I say on the Steam Workshop, but yeah, click the link for the latest version. Absolutely. Have you played Battle Brothers? Nope. I don't know what that is either. But the blend of Mountain Blade and Manor Lords is pretty good. I enjoyed the Manor Lords. In fact, I was thinking of making a video of like 2 years later sort of thing to look at the state of the game and how it's improved and whatnot.
Évitez Yakulot.
It's still the same amount of enemies as usual. One game that I have wanted to play, I don't even remember the name, so never mind that thought. There's one game that I really kind of found interesting, but I could never understand how to play it, but I forgot the name. Company of Heroes. Company of Heroes 2, I believe, was one I was very interested in trying, but I could never figure it out. I would watch your video of a new updated Manor Lords. It's a great game. Up to 1800 population in the early access. Not sure that could be done now. 1800 population, I never went that far. To me, I typically cap at like maybe 300-400 tops. 1800 is crazy. Unless you count like the entire map with all the regions and everything. But even that I never really bother because at some point it just gets so laggy, you know? Is this Venom Imperi? No, this is Outseas out on the hill there, Cody.
Militaires Yakulot.
Nice. Good throw, boys. Good throw. Very nice indeed.
Arbre detect.
Oh, there we go. Excellent work, boys. I played Manor Lords again during the holidays, and they finally added an update to increase the level of your castle. So instead of like wooden palaces, you can have like full stone walls. You can also like upgrade the manor and the garrison tower to be even bigger. It's pretty cool, but it was also extremely buggy. Like, this is an issue. This has been an ongoing issue. But every time I want to make an upgrade to the castle, it forces you to rebuild the castle all over again, and then sometimes there's a glitch where like your peasants will not bring all the construction materials until you reload the game. It's really annoying. But if you can manage to build a castle, it looks great. Only build what you need. There is no way to how do you even feed a population of 1800? That is insane. On a single region?
Sistite Yakulot.
I mean, the game is much better now because one of the things is it's not so reliant on agriculture anymore. Now you can actually build a lot of like plots for vegetables, and that can sustain you pretty effectively. The one thing that I really hate about Manor Lords is just how randomized the resources are. Because like, if you don't have a rich pit of iron and Manor Lords, you are basically screwed. You need to import your iron, and it's so expensive that you need to like basically like completely industrialize before you can before you even have like the means to like have a continuous import of iron to make all your weapons to defend against raids and everything. And at the same time, if you have a rich deposit of iron, you're basically set for life, you know?
Militaires Yakulot. Milites! Apugnate!
So yeah, because of that, it's extremely buggy, but I would not even think of getting to 1800 population. That sounds insane. 1800? What? You strive to remember each soldier's name and to act with fairness in every decision. Your dedication has borne fruit. The soldiers hold you in higher regard than any other officer. When a soldier meets you, he bows, not out of obligation to your rank, but out of genuine respect for you. As you walk past, the soldiers greet you warmly. They call you fair and a true Roman. Well, there you go. Nice! Congratulations, you have been promoted to Centurio Primus Pilus. With this rank, you will command 80 soldiers in battle. Oh, we're looking even better every day. I mean, the color changes, but it's not really better armor per se. I need to get myself some javelins. And yeah, I have a lame horse. Maybe if I just leave it in my inventory, because I noticed it was getting slower. Maybe the one treatment will bring it back to normal.
Prohibite Iaculor! Iaculor! Milites! Agradite!
I feel like I was still in Accelerate. That was weird. Battle Brothers is absolutely a masterclass game. A lot of people who like Total War or Mountain Blade end up loving Battle Brothers. Never heard of it. I guess I'll look into it. It's on Steam, right? I can always add it to my wish list. Not that my chronic problem of discovering new games isn't gone. It would likely plague me forever. Risk of mutiny. Due to payment difficulties and supply problems, the troops are restless, and there is a danger of mutiny. To resolve the issue, Legatus seeks advice from his high-rank officers. You can make suggestions too. Suggest to pay some women from nearby villages to entertain the troops. Laughs and says, you only suggested that to get the most prettiest woman for yourself. Ooh. It's on Steam. What games do you recommend? Hold up. To resolve the issue, Legatus decides to systematically punish the troublemakers, and finally, discipline is restored. Okay. Games I would recommend. It really depends on what kind of game you're looking for. For a very interesting experience, a very interesting atmosphere, an interesting challenge as well, an interesting game that not many people know about that I would recommend is the Talos Principle. I really enjoyed the game, and I started playing the second one, but I'm struggling to keep up with it. But it's a great puzzle game that's also got like a lot of philosophical undertone, and it's a beautiful atmosphere. Yeah, why not? Oh, there we go. That went all right. How many points did that give me? 12 opponents, 13 points. Not too bad. Oh, you're preaching to the choir. I really love State of Decay 2. But I bought it years ago on the Microsoft Store before it was out on Steam. So I have it on the Microsoft Store. But I really enjoyed the first game, so I got the second game, and yeah, it's probably one of the games I've played the most. I really do enjoy State of Decay 2, but good call. I really like it. I have my Red Talon contractors that I always reuse for the same games. They're like super high skill, they have the best gear and everything. There was also a mod, the community editor, that allowed you to give yourself basically like infinite amount of prestige points. So I would get all the best facilities and guns from the Red Talon contractors. Pretty cool. Yeah, I really do like State of Decay 2. But do check out the Talos Principle. It's very interesting. Beautiful music. And it's a puzzle game, but the puzzles are really interesting. It's a cool design. And it does make you scratch your head from time to time. And I am really looking forward to a State of Decay 3. I just hope they don't screw it up. That they add like a lot more stuff. The one thing that frustrates me about State of Decay 2 is the limitations in building your base. Like there's so much free space that I wish I could just use, you know? The sacrifice was a success. Very good. 15 points. Nice. And I gained 4 renown. And Negatus is liking me more and more. Londinium must be really happy with me every time I do this. Lethal is crazy. But I tend to take my time. But how did... Nah, dude, you're making shit up. You beat the game? You mean you destroyed, like, all 40-something Plague Hearts? But I used a double glitch? What's the double glitch? I'm not familiar with that.
Sistite Yaculor.
That's a huge map. There's only barely more of them than usual.
Milites Yaculor. Milites Apugnote.
Which makes me not have to search for much at all. Not a fan of switching, seems like a waste of time. Dude, that's like half the game. You gotta have fun with it. Well, you're making shit up, man. There's no way you destroy like all 30 Plague Hearts in lethal in 7 days, unless you already got like a massive stash of explosives and shit. They're way too tough. And all the reinforcements they call every time? Forget it. Tribunus Laticlavius. With this rank you command 90 soldiers during battle. Okay, and I'm getting really close now because my rank that I need to achieve is Tribunus Militaris. The double glitch technique means you place an item in your car and use silences on your gun. It doubles that item. What? You place an item in your car and use silencers on your gun, it doubles that item. You put something in your car, and with the silencer you shoot at the car and it doubles the item? What? If that's true, I'm gonna get back to that game and find out. I haven't played it in like a year. Yo, we look so cool now. Oh my god. We got a Spada. Very good. Horse is back to normal, but they gave me my own horse, which is slightly better. I got a stronger shield, which I can definitely use on horseback. Let's put back the boar spear and we're good. So what it means if you load... Okay, yeah, I'm gonna wait till you finish. Once I reach Tribunus Militaris, that completes that quest. Okay, well, thanks for the tip, Brazilak. I'll check it out and see how that works. We are raising faster the ranks, baby. And I'm only 19. And I got 18,000 dinars now. I like when there's a new season, you can actually see the world map change colors. Like you know you're gonna be fighting in the snow now. Oh, so what's my renown? 249. Renown of at least 200. So at least that park is checked. Cool. Oh yeah, now that looks like good gear to me.
Prohibite Iaculor.
And that's a good horse. Highly responsive. Even better armor for me. Nice. Once they're past the bush, my friends.
Milites Iaculor.
Oh, wow.
Milites Agradite.
You have infinite ammo, basically? Okay, well, I'm not interested in, like, glitches. If you like playing on lethal, it's because you want to suffer. That's my personal opinion. The one thing I have done, and if this is something so you want to avoid the double technique, if you happen to be playing on PC, but you could do it on PC even if you're playing on the Xbox, you just need to link your account and still have the game installed. But, the community editor. With the community editor, you can edit all your quantities of everything. I think one time what I did is, I think they're rocket pods. They're one of these explosive devices from Red Talon. It's like a little tower, and it just like swirls around and keeps creating more explosions. And you need like 5 of them to destroy a plague heart. So I give myself like 1,000 of these in my inventory, and then I would just go from one plague heart to the next, place all of them by the plague heart, and just keep blowing them up one by one. And that would destroy them automatically. I mean, if you really want to be lazy about it, that sounds simpler to me than using a duplication glitch. By chance, you become a witness of a very disturbing event. A group of soldiers is gang raping one of the new recruits in a tent. Jesus. You stop this nonsense immediately. Then you start interrogations of all involved soldiers. It seems that what they did is some kind of initiation rite of the centuria they belong to. Every new recruit has to undergo this ritual to be accepted as a new mate. You also discovered that the centurio of the centuria and his optios were aware of the situation. When asked about this, the centurio tells you he thinks this is a good way to integrate the new soldiers into the unit. As Tribunus Laticlavius, I will not tolerate such barbaric rituals. You order the whole centuria to show up. Then you climb on a box and start a talk. In a rousing speech, you tell the soldiers how they have brought shame on themselves, on Legatus, on the Princeps, and finally shame on Rome. You would have expected such behavior from smelly barbarians, but not Romans. During your speech, you name some soldiers directly by their names and look into their eyes. All is silent. Only you speak, and nobody dares to interrupt you. You can see how some of them start to cry. After you finish your order to finish the whole centuria, even the centuria... After you finished, you order to punish the whole centuria, even the centurio. As Legatus hears about those events, he is quite surprised and lauds you for your good speech. I hope they have learned something. Jesus Christ. They got some weird stuff going on, man. Well, we're slowly but surely improving. There are so many events, though, it's generally impressive. You still have permanent death and you still get attacked by ferals. With the community editor, you can bring back your people to life.
Prohibite Iaculor.
Everyone who follows this channel intensely probably knows that I tend to have like the same character in every game called Skylar, the sexy black chick, and I do have one in every game. And one of them I have in State of Decay. She's one of my Red Talon contractors. Operators, actually. And I did end up losing her in a very stupid way. And I was so mad that I resurrected her with the community editor. Happened once. I got some blood plague going on, as usual. And I managed to make it back to camp within 20 seconds of dying from the plague. But all my plague vials were in, you know, like the package, the 5-piece package that you have to deconstruct before you can use them. And because I hadn't played the game in a few months, I kind of forgot how to unpack them, and so I died. If I had known, I would have saved her within seconds. It made me so mad that I lost her over this that I was like, nah, screw it. I brought her back with the community editor. Do 80 by 80 training session. I do them sometimes, but they're a bit grindy. I prefer doing the patrol. But sure, I'll just wait for the day to reset because I don't like fighting in the dark. Alright, 80 versus 80. Well, I have to reinstall the game. I don't have it installed right now. But you are making me want to play it again. That's for sure. The problem, though, is that I never made any State of Decay content on my channel. So it would not exactly attract a lot of people, I think. But I did... on my second channel, on the Politics channel, I made a couple of videos where I would just like do some commentary while playing video game footage, and one of them, you can actually see me play State of Decay 2 on it. I was doing a mission. Yeah, we're losing that one. Bruh. Oh well. I got a bunch. 14 points. That does help. Can I do another? No, it's done for today. Try again tomorrow. One game, honestly, that I would like to play on stream if I could attract an audience, is The Long Dark. That is another game, like, in the 4 main games that I've played like crazy, you've got the Mount and Blade games, the XCOM games, hold on, Mount and Blade, XCOM games, then would be State of Decay and The Long Dark. Those are like the 4 main franchises that I've played like a lot of. That and Fallout 4. Fallout 4 also have a crazy amount of hours in there. Campfire song. While sitting at the campfire, a soldier starts to sing with a deep and sad voice. Soon the others join in. That's cool. Got 5 points for doing that. Doing nothing. Veronis has come under siege by Celtic revolt. Pass through the siege lines and enter Venonis. Yeah, 1,500 troops fit for battle against It's pretty rare to be on the defensive end. But I'll take it. Oh, I remember this scene. We had a siege like that last time. It's pretty cool. Is there like different points of attack? Yes. At least we'll get reloads. Look at this bad boy. I take it they attack through the gate, right? Like right there. Oof. Slaughter. Wish I could have a bow right now. That'd be a lot of fun. Checked out my other channel? Well, there you go. I think it's my brief right-wing phase video that I have gameplay from State of Decay. In other games I've played, in other videos I've played The Long Dark. The Long Dark also appears in another video. And also Crime Scene Cleaner. Dimitri, when is my new video coming out? I'm hoping next week. I've had lots of struggles earlier this year. First with being distracted, focused on my movie which came out a few weeks ago. Then I had a bit of depression. I'm being dramatic, that was just not very motivated. I also got sick. I started procrastinating a lot, but I really got back into it last week, and I've been working pretty hard this week as well. And I've got a pretty clear plan for finishing the video by next Friday. I'm hoping I can do it, but I've done so many re-recordings. The video's an hour long. It's actually one of the most ambitious, on the more ambitious end of the videos I normally make. And I'm really hoping it does well. Dude, they still haven't broken down the gate? Shoot. Well, they're about to now. Oh man, what a slaughter. Can't wait. Well, like I said earlier, it's going to be like a massive comparison of Warband and Bannerlord. Every aspect, most aspects of the base games, how they compare to one another, how it evolved, how sometimes it's better, how sometimes it's worse. Then we're talking about the quality of life mods, the DLCs, the total conversions, everything. It is going to be a really big video. That's what mean, Grinder. I don't expect them to succeed anywhere. How many of them was there? Like 1,000? They're at 300 casualties, whereas 40. They're not making a dent. What? The attackers lost 6 times more casualties than defenders. Attacker casualties are too high, they retreat. Okay, cool. Can we sally out now? That'd be perfect. Wait. Why do we leave? That was a short spring, yo. Will you release it before GTA 6? When is GTA 6 coming out? Like next fall? Definitely.
Prohibete Yaculor. Obete Proxime. Cites, Yaculor.
Ooh, yeah.
Credite.
There you go. That order's coming out of nowhere. 12 points. Let's go. I don't know if I'll reach the rank today, and we've been going for over 3 hours, so I think I'm gonna tune it out soon, but man, Judea is going through a lot of drama. I keep getting news from them non-stop. Alright, 80 versus 80 again. Bruh. Oh, I feel like we're winning. Yeah, we are. Pretty sure we are. I don't know. Dude, that was effective. It changes based on your level, though? What do you mean? I got a lot of them, especially in that last few swings. I got a quarter of them. Just me. Shoot. That's 20 points right there. Oh, hey. Decent battle. And now I can lead close to 100 troops. I don't know which are mine.
Sistite, Yaculor.
Okay, those are mine. I see you guys. High level equals larger rebel group size. Interesting. Okay.
Prohibete, Yaculor. Obete, Proxime.
Jesus. Man, their cavalry is wreaking havoc. Good thing we're like greatly outnumbered them. Eventually, y'all are gonna run out.
Militares, Yaculor.
Dude, they're not doing anything. Well, we're doing way better now than in the beginning of the game. With that gear, shoot. Decapitations are pretty crazy. More points for the promotion. I'm really setting a grind set. Dude, how many did I kill myself? Like 30? 23, not bad. 36 points. Noble deeds and battles and gives you 2,000 denarii. You have shown real Roman values, virtue, and courage in battle. Well, there you go. If that's gonna give me that, I ain't complaining. A soldier informs you that Legatus wants to speak with you. You follow him to the commander tent where Legatus awaits you. Hey, we made it. I didn't think we'd make it today, but here we go. Ah, Quadrazzino, I have good news for you. He likes me, right? Relation 17. Nice. You have served the Empire well and raised through the ranks. Now you'll be promoted to Tribunus Militaris, which means you'll be able to commander your own independent unit. You have served me well, and I am sure you will make a fine job as commander. It was a pleasure to serve you. 2,000 experience, quest completed. There you go, quest cancelled, become a rich landowner. Oh, so I figured it was one or the other, but I leveled through the ranks, so we're good now. Fortes Fortuna Adiuvat. I will issue all necessary documents, so you do not need to worry about paperwork. Now you get your first order. Some slaves revolted in a gladiator school near Neapolis, and you will crush this revolt. First, recruit troops. I think you will need at least 80 men. They are led by a man called Albus. He is a very cunning enemy and fights like a lion, so be careful. If you have defeated him, capture him and bring him to me. I will do as ordered. Very good. Here, take 30,000 denarii for the troops and the equipment you will need to purchase. You have been promoted to Tribunus Militaris. Changes. New salary, 2250 denarii. You can now take up to 100,000 denarii from the Imperial Treasury to recruit troops. Nice! Select the cohort which you will command. I feel like having Gallic troops, they're pretty badass. Yeah, I like them. So I now have 167 men. Nice. Very nice. Hold up, guys. Weirdo? Hold up, guys. The teenager is home. Okay, I'm not familiar really with this, so I'm not gonna bother with it for now. Dude said I have a quest to crush the slaves in Neapolis, which is pretty far, right? It's in Italy. Yeah, there you go. So, that's going to be the main mission for next stream. I didn't know, honestly, how long it would take, but hey, that's gonna be about it. I think it's a good queue. Teenagers home, and we finally reached the rank of Militaris, which sounds awesome. And there was a lot of people here today. An average of 10 to 20 people, lots of interactions. Well, thank you so much everyone who tuned in, and yeah, that's gonna be about it for today. So next video hopefully next week, and we'll also continue this campaign and see where that goes. And that's about it really. So thank you so much, you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time.